What's up everyone, and welcome back to the Kommander MTG YouTube channel. I'm your host Jason Komm, and today we have a Kommander Spotlight, where I give you my 7 favorite cards to include in your Go-Shintai of Life's Origin Commander deck. This 5-color Commander is all about shrines and using them to grind your opponents to dust. If you like these cards, be sure to check out my budget deck list in the description below. Coming in around $75 gives you a great entry point to try this awesome Commander out. Let's get into it. Go-Shintai of Life's Origin is a 4-mana legendary enchantment creature shrine with the activated ability to return target enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield for 5 rainbow. This is an overcosted ability, but nonetheless valuable to have on our commander to return those key shrines our opponents have destroyed when we need them. Its main ability we care about is whenever it or another non-token shrine enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 colorless shrine enchantment creature token. This ability is huge. Shrines care about how many shrines you control, and our commander has a buy one get one free on all of your shrines. This means your shrine triggers will be huge, and our commander makes up for Shrine's biggest weakness, not being able to get enough shrines. This deck is extremely consistent, and once you have a couple of shrines out, it snowballs out of hand really fast and is extremely fun to play. Let's get into my top 7 picks for your budget Go-Shintai of Life's Origin commander deck. Starting off our list is number 7, Sithis Harvest Hand. This 2-mana enchantment creature has, whenever you cast an enchantment spell, you gain 1 life and draw a card. This card is a value generating machine in this deck. First off, it itself is an enchantment, which will trigger all sorts of effects in this deck, but on top of that, there are 30 other total enchantments in the deck. This means Sithis will get a ton of triggers, keeping your hand full and gaining you a decent amount of life at the same time. For only 2 mana, the value this card will generate is just dumb. Next is number 6, Sigil of the Empty Throne. In an enchantment deck, this card can get absolutely out of control. Since we're running 30 enchantments, we're going to have an army of 4/4 flying angels to protect us while we build up our shrines. It's not uncommon with this deck to cast 2 or 3 enchantments a turn, and with Sigil of the Empty Throne, we can turn those value enchantments or shrines into huge bodies, board presence, and loads of damage. This is one of my favorite cards, and it has won me a ton of games. Next is number 5, Weaver of Harmony. This 2-mana enchantment creature has other enchantment creatures you control get +1/+1, and for 1 green you can tap it to copy target activated or triggered ability you control from an enchantment source. Its first ability helps turn all our 1/1 shrines from Go-Shintai of Life's Origin trigger into 2/2s, which is awesome, but we really care about its second ability. Copying triggered abilities of our shrines is going to be a huge boon to this deck. Remember, our commander basically doubles the amount of shrines we'll have on the battlefield. Then Weaver of Harmony can double the triggers of those shrines. Imagine having Weaver of Harmony, Go-Shintai of Life's Origin, and Sanctum of Calm Waters on the battlefield, plus the 2 1/1 colorless shrine tokens. First, all of your enchantment creatures get +1/+1, which is awesome, but when Sanctum of Calm Waters triggers, you will draw 4 cards because you control 4 shrines. With Weaver of Harmony out, you can pay 1 green and tap it to instead draw 8 cards. That is insane. Pairing Weaver of Harmony with any shrine will be a headache for all of your opponents, but with some of the more powerful shrines we'll talk about later in this video, Weaver of Harmony is a must-have creature in your Go-Shintai of Life's Origin commander deck. Next is number 4, Zer the Enchanter. This 4-mana 1/4 with flying has, whenever it attacks, you may search your library for an enchantment card with mana value 3 or less, put it onto the battlefield. Since our commander triggers off of entering the battlefield and not casting, this card is going to be a monster in this deck. Zer can attack and find you both Sithis and Weaver of Harmony because they're enchantment creatures, but often that's not what you want to do. Instead, you'll want to slam down more and more shrines. There are a few shrines that specifically trigger on the end step, which are perfect targets for Zer. Cards such as Go-Shintai of Shared Purpose, Go-Shintai of Hidden Cruelty, and Go-Shintai of Ancient Wars all trigger at the end step, giving you access to their abilities right away. And with our commander out, we'll also get a 1/1 colorless shrine token on board for each of them, giving us huge shrine triggers. Zer is an extremely powerful commander in his own right, but in Go-Shintai of Life Origin, he is a value generating machine that will put all of your favorite shrines onto the battlefield and smother your opponents under a sea of triggers. Next up is number 3, Sterling Grove. This 2-mana enchantment has other enchantments you control have Shroud, and for 1 mana you can sacrifice it to search your library for an enchantment card and put it on top of your library. This card can completely shut your opponents out and let you rain down shrines without fear of retaliation or remorse. Your board can get big really quick, and this can scare your opponents into thinking you're a bigger threat than you actually are, and they'll want to start getting rid of all your newly constructed shrines. But with Sterling Grove, they'll either not be able to or have to spend a lot of resources to do so. Either situation is good for you, and if they do manage to destroy it, just pay 1 mana and find Haunted of Night's Reach. Make the opponent who destroyed your stuff discard their hand, and that'll teach them a valuable life lesson to not threaten you or any of your pretty shrines. For only 2 mana, this card gives you an insane amount of protection, and with the ability to tutor up another awesome enchantment, you cannot play Go-Shintai of Life Origin without it. Next up is number 2, the must-have shrines. I've selected my favorite shrine from each color: Haunted of Cleansing Fire, Sanctum of Stone Fangs, Haunted of Seeing Winds, Haunted of Infinite Rage, and the Sanctum of Fruitful Harvest. These cards have absolutely bonkers abilities, and in Go-Shintai of Life's Origin, where you get a free 1/1 shrine token when you play any of these, the triggers can be very good for you or devastating for your opponents. Assuming you have 6 total shrines on board, which is about average for this deck, Haunted of Cleansing Fire would gain you 12 life every turn. Sanctum of Stone Fangs would deal 6 damage to each opponent, and you would gain 6 life. Haunted of Seeing Winds would draw you 6 cards each turn. Haunted of Infinite Rage would deal 6 damage to a creature or player of your choice each turn. And Sanctum of Fruitful Harvest would give you 6 more mana of 1 color to play around with every turn. Imagine having Weaver of Harmony on the battlefield and doubling any one of these triggers. Imagine having Zer the Enchanter adding 2 shrines to your battlefield every turn. And imagine your opponents not being able to do a dang thing about it with Sterling Grove. These cards are obvious rock stars in this deck and make playing Go-Shintai of Life's Origin so incredibly fun. Lastly is number 1, Sanctum of All. This 5 mana rainbow shrine has, at the beginning of your upkeep, search your library or graveyard for a shrine card and put it onto the battlefield. It also has, if an ability of another shrine you control triggers while you control 6 or more shrines, that ability triggers an additional time. If you are ever able to resolve this card and it sticks around for a couple of turn rotations, it is game over. Imagine having Go-Shintai of Life's Origin, Sanctum of All, and any one of the previously mentioned shrines like Sanctum of Stone Fangs on the battlefield, plus the 3 1/1 shrine tokens from our commander. Then at the beginning of your upkeep, you search your deck for another shrine like Go-Shintai of Shared Purpose, and put it plus another 1/1 shrine token onto the battlefield. And since you have 6+ shrines under your control, each shrine will trigger twice. This means you will deal 16 damage to each opponent and gain 16 life from the Sanctum of Stone Fangs. And if you pay 2 mana at your end step, you can have 16 1/1 spirit tokens from Go-Shintai of Shared Purpose. If you need card draw, you can find Sanctum of Calm Waters. If you need ramp, find Sanctum of Fruitful Harvest. If you need removal, find Go-Shintai of Hidden Cruelty. Imagine having Zer or Weaver of Harmony in play with Sanctum of All. You would absolutely wreck everyone's face and they would love it. Sanctum of All provides you with so much flexibility, it will never not be a useful card. It can even get shrines back from the graveyard. Our commander gives all of our shrines massive triggers, but Sanctum of All finds what we need and doubles it, making it the top pick for your budget Go-Shintai of Life's Origin commander deck. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked this video, please subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. As a reminder, I built a budget version of Go-Shintai of Life's Origin with a link to the deck list in the description below. My name is Jason Komm. Thanks for watching Commander MTG. That's Commander with a K. I'll see you in the next one.